Okay. Yeah, could you open the microphone, please?
Uh,
Good.
KFTL belongs to the group of container terminals that have experienced the most rapid turnover growth in the past 2 years. To sustain that accomplishment, we at KFTL consistently harness our operations. The company collaborates with the Port Authority of Jamaica and of course other government stakeholders to support Jamaica's economic development with a specific focus on facilitating and advancing the development of logistics services. Kingston is really close to the Panama Canal, and our proximity also to the market of Americas made KFTL has a preferred location. This was further enhanced by a high level of experience, training, and motivation of the workforce on the terminal. With the most strategic location for vessels exiting the Panama Canal, our proximity to the market of North, Central, and South America, and of course, our strong partnership with major shipping line, we at KFTL view the future with enthusiasm and with a positive outlook.
See, fantastic. So, innovation is part of KFTL DNA, right? So KFTL has also become a technological reference in Americas as an innovation leader. In addition, I know that safety and security of employees, collaborators, and assets is at the top of your priorities. What have been key to such recognition? Also, which are the technologies you have applied? How relevant is the decisive adoption of innovative technologies? Could you tell us more about it?
Thank you, Ricardo.
Good.
I mean, port digitalization involves, adoption of digital technologies. Has any container terminal, we have a pivotal role on facilitating global trade and logistics. So using technologies for, container terminal, where we have, really mission critical, and as per that slide, where I have, where we have, a high level, representation of the logistic industries with 4 components: transportation, port terminal, warehousing, and delivery. And you can see at the second layer that each of the components are mostly linked to one or sometimes several entities at the second layers, and each of those entities is also playing a key role on the logistic industries. So now, how all those technologies gonna be applied? We will say that usually in technology, we just need to add value on the business, right? So as such, we became, an innovation leader and technological, leader in the Americas since 2016 when the operation started under the umbrella of CMA CGM. At that time, we decided that we will be implementing the best and most advanced terminal operating system at the first step, and which we have upgraded last year, of course, to facilitate and accommodate our digital transformation journey in KFTL. One of the most recent innovative and latest technology which we have implemented is the Nokia private LTE 5G network.
Okay, thanks, Vanda. Interesting. So actually, we touch Nokia. So it's time to talk about that huge company. Nokia is a very recognized brand, very well known by the top quality devices. But I know that you are not in the business anymore, Alfredo. So what is the Nokia business nowadays? And what are you doing for the maritime industry?
Thank you, Ricardo. I'm going to project a video about what is Nokia right now. You will see that we change a lot the target of our business nowadays. Okay, as you have seen, Nokia now is creating technology to act together. We are, we are making possible that things, people, assets, objects in movement are connected and provides value to the different business. We have been doing mission critical network for many years so far, around 35 years already. There are some industries where mission critical networks are essential, like for example, utilities or railways. If the connectivity fails on a metro, on a railway system, the trains has to stop. There are some other industries like mining, airports, manufacturing, and right now also ports and maritime terminals where the technology has become essential because of the Industry 4.0, 4.0, and the objects that need to be connected, how can you operate integrating different assets to work together with a augmented worker, for example. So this is what we are doing right now. We are far from the business we had 155 years when Nokia began operations already.
So, yeah, that's amazing. So, connect new things. It's interesting word. So, actually, talking about interconnection and all the devices already, connected. Banda just mentioned that KFTL has implemented a Nokia private LTE 5G network. So I have three questions for you. First is, what is a private 5G network? Second is, why 5G is different and superior from the traditional wireless technology? To know its difference. And why should maritime terminals and ports consider them for their digitalization connectivity needs?
Thank you, Ricardo, for your questions. The first thing is, what is a private 4G or 5G network? I mean, what we are talking about, because we are, it's a buzzword, 5G, but what we are talking about. Okay, a private network is a dedicated network. So you have, what you can see on the right of on the left of the slide, you see the typical antennas that we see for the public services. They are exactly the same that the ones the telco operators are using, exactly the same. But we use the small designs of these antennas to the one they are using to have coverage on a deep parking slot, or when they have a lot of users and it's a hotspot. But we are talking about the same technology that we built with a very large scale all over the world. What we have done different for the industry is what we call the mission critical industrial edge. This is a solution for enterprises. So what we have there is the core of the network. You have there all the sinkers that are allowed to attach to your dedicated network. And you have there who is who, who is the user, is a VMT, is a sensor, is a device on the hands of someone on the yard. And then you have all the applications that are running on top of that. And in addition to that, you have the quality of service and the prioritization of the different services. So you know how to serve every single user in the network. So any device with a slot for a SIM card can attach to your own network just based on the information you have on the core. So this is a private solution, a dedicated hardware and software, a dedicated solution that is dimensioning and also designed for your own purposes. This is what we did in Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited. So I want to thank very much Vanda for taking the decision to innovate as he did. It's the first private LTE network in a port in the Caribbean. We have already many customers with that solution, but not of the size of Kingston in the region. So this is a private solution. And when we talk about this technology, there are several features that make this technology different and much more powerful than the traditional technology that we see in the ports. I'm going to go quickly to some of them. So one of them is the coverage that we require much less equipment on site, much less equipment to optimize, to operate, to maintain. Just some additional examples is that as you have a core, dedicated core on site, you have a very low latency and very predictable. What latency means? Just to give you an example, a real example, if you have a vehicle moving at 100 kilometers per hour, let's say a train, and you send an instruction to the train just to stop the operations, with a 50 milliseconds latency, which is typical for a 4G network, the trains has moved 1.4 meters when the train receives the instruction, and then it has to stop. With a 5 millisecond latency, this is what we can even deliver it locally, the train has moved only 40 centimeters. So that's a big difference for many use cases. We have, as mentioned, the different quality of services, security, prioritization of the different connectivity services, and very relevant for this business is mobility. We are a wireless network. I mean, this is a wireless network as Wi-Fi is. Wi-Fi is a wireless network, but Wi-Fi is not a mobile network. And we deliver a mobile network, meaning that the connectivity is always on. So when in a Wi-Fi network, when you move from the coverage of an access point to the next one, you lose connectivity always for few seconds. But that is an issue that impacts, for example, an autonomous straddle carrier, an autonomous RTG, things that we have already implemented. Okay, thank you. Do you have any question, Ricardo?
Okay, that's amazing. So, Band, that question is because you all have already implemented private LTE. This is 5G network. Why did you choose a 5G network?
I mean, the answer on that question will be, I mean, quite short. Because just of the relevance of ubiquitous access and support to mission-critical applications such as the TOS, and on top of that, it paves the way to implement many other technologies such as IoT, big data, among, I mean, many others. And with all honesty, I mean, as of today, the sky is the limit. Because with that 5G, I mean, network which we have a roadmap where we intend to put, KFTL at the spotlight and to continue being the biggest transshipment hub and technology leaders in the Caribbean.
Could you give us, please, a before and after in KFTL using this technology? Please.
I mean, you even cannot compare. We have used and we are still using some, other wireless technologies in the terminal, like normal Wi-Fi, radio trunking, among them. But, I mean, you cannot compare. In terms of throughput, in terms of low latency, in terms of reliability, I mean, you cannot compare both networks, to be honest. So, as I said, the sky is the limit as of today.
Very, very interesting, because some of these challenges with wireless technologies may be shared I mean, maybe shared among many other maritime terminals worldwide, right, Alfredo?
Yes.
So could you please elaborate a little bit about it and share with us which is the Nokia technology that you are deploying and how it will benefit the terminal, please?
Thank you for your question, Ricardo. But I want to come back a little bit to what Banda has mentioned, because well, I'm always learning when I talk to customers, and yesterday Banda commend me something that I was not aware of, is that Jamaica is on an area with a lot of climate issues. I mean, you can have a tornado, things like that. And I didn't realize that when you have an issue like that in the Caribbean, you have to, can you explain me how you operate that when you are advised that something like that is going to happen? What do you have to do with your network?
I mean, that's a situation we never love to see. Either my CEO or Carlos, our CIO, sitting here. Because before moving to the private LTE, we was using more than 200 access points, over 110 high mast. In case of, hurricane preparation, can you imagine lowering down all the crown of the high mast? I mean, it sounds like mission impossible, right? Okay. Compared to the, 5G network, I mean, you said it already. We are using 2 high masts,
okay,
and 6 sectors.
Okay.
So you can do the math.
Okay. We have implemented this solution in Kingston with the help of a partner. We use partners to cover the global geography. EGC Corporation, which is here, Andres was there in Kingston implementing that. And I saw examples of connectivity when it wasn't previously. I mean, containers are stacked on 4, 5, even 6 levels, and this is a wall for traditional connectivity. And I saw him there in between 2 racks of containers having connectivity already. So these are the type of use cases. When you talk about connectivity for mission critical solutions. Hello. Here we have a comment from Carlos Cabrera, the CEO, which is here. We had yesterday published a press release, so thank you for helping us with this press release, so important for us. And I want to show some examples about productivity that this is a collection of several experiences with previous terminals, for sure. I mean, but just to have connectivity, to connect people on yards with the terminal operation system, always, in any place of the terminal, this has a lot of value. Previously, the people have to move to find the next instruction where the coverage, Wi-Fi coverage is, and then have to move back to the place, only reducing these unnecessary movements. You can increase the productivity from 5 to 11%. Emergency stop. Whenever you have or you implement autonomous vehicles, straddle carriers and things like that, RTGs, autonomous RTGs, the productivity increase dramatically. There are some cranes manufacturers that are telling me that the cranes are half of the way empty. They are dedicated to unload a ship or to load another ship, but half of the way they are looking for a container that they are empty. If you know where the equipment is on every single moment, you can assign a task directly on real time. So you, and let's say a straddle carrier is downloading a container, and you can order this straddle carrier to take a container that is very close to where it is, and then load a different ship. These are the things that we are typically doing. And here there are some public reference in the region. So we are doing that already in Central America, the Caribbean, and Latin America in general. So this is what we have found in other terminals in the region, at least in the region. Thank you.
Okay, so we are running out of time. So if the audience have questions, please raise your hand. So, okay, that's good. So, Alfredo, thank you. I mean, real time is a buzzword nowadays, but real time you could actually reach it with, this wireless connectivity. All the devices know that other devices do. That's amazing. So, please help us with closing remarks. Something that you want to add for our audience, please.
I would like to receive any question from the audience. I don't know if you want to ask Vanda for anything that he has already tested or have seen before. I mean, moving to the closing remarks. Do you have any question, please?
Questions, please?
About Kingston, about the port.
Someone?
Marcia, do you have any question? Yes, please do it. Any friend with a question for us? Okay.
So I have an extra question here.
Go ahead.
So, and it's actually for Ben. What is common in terms of technological innovation for KFTL? Challenges and benefits, please.
I mean, one of our biggest project, which already started, is an expansion, phase to accommodate the growing volume. As you heard in the video, we intend to go over 2.2 or 2.5 million TEU. This is from the business side. From technology point of view, we would like to explore solution like digital twins as of next year, because this is already on our roadmap. And based on the connectivity we have, being able to connect any single devices, that's gonna be something, innovative as well. So mostly that's gonna be our focus next year, digital twin. And from there, any insightful outcome gonna be shared as well.
Yes, I'm going to show this slide quickly. I don't want to go into the details, but connectivity for us is just the platform. As I have mentioned, we have a server there, an edge with capacity, processing capacity, storing capacity, and we are deploying solution on top of that. Some of them already are being implemented in Kingston, like the push-to-talk and push-to-video solution. So you can, right now, share a video among a group of people that are interacting. Before this solution, someone has to describe what she was looking at and the issue, and the person who has to take the decision has to decide based on a description of somebody else. Right now, you can also share a video, for example. But there are many other solutions there that we are implementing on top of this server. Some of them from Nokia, some of them from partners like drones, flights for inspections in ports. We have refill monitoring. We could have conditioning-based solutions, so you can, instead of planning maintenance, you can do some maintenance based on what is really happening on the crane. All these type of solutions are already served by Nokia on top of this technology. So, as mentioned, we are keep on innovating and looking for customers as Kingston that are also innovating. We need this type of customer. So these are my final remarks.
Okay, thank you guys. So, well, looks like we finished. We already finished. So I want to say thank you to both guys. Amazing, amazing talk, by the way. So if you want to add something more to close our session, that would be awesome.
I mean, just to thanks, Nokia and his technologies, because I still believe as of today that 5G is the way forward, right? So, as I said before, I mean, global trade is really critical because as terminal, we are helping to connect countries and continents. So that's my final words.
Okay, thank you. So, well, thank you for TOC Americas for having us. Well, see you around.